This is live.
Okay. Um,
All right.
Hello everybody. Um, so if you're wondering, I had a small emergency, especially on my channel. I had a small emergency I had to take care of last night. So I apologize about that. Um, so this I'm going to be deleting that video at least. Actually, I'm going to be actually taking that video down on my channel and doing that for brief editing purposes for this. I'm going to try to take this video and put it onto YouTube. So this is going to be the intro. So it's going to switch from 2 people to 4 people. Um, so hello, my name is Coach Caboose.
I was going to
Um,
switch from 4 people down to 2 people.
no, I'm
No,
going to
got
take
you.
this video and then put this as the intro, and then I'm going to
Right.
switch it from 2 people to 5 people
Right.
because I forgot I'm also included in that.
Are we
um,
included in that, or is it just
I'm
our mentality?
on that's also included. Yeah, so probably not. Um,
Voices in our head.
yeah, voices in our head. But hello again. I am Coach Caboose. I'm not even going to say the TV part because technically I'm not even TV. Um, and I am also joined with our co-founder here, Matt or Other Path or Harik.
Or her.
Herrick,
Any of
excuse
the
me.
three, either one. Any of those will work.
And we would like to explain to you exactly what Dragon's Breath Forge is. So Dragon's Breath Forge is a what would you say? It would be a company or just a group?
It's going to end up as a company in the long run, but it's going to be a group of friends slash family. Seeing Mike is more or less little brother. Seeing he's more or less marrying into the family, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
I
technically.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Um.
we're
Oh, yeah.
we'll get into that
Pretty
in
darn
just a
close.
sec. Yeah, we'll get
Pretty
into
darn
that in
close.
just a second.
Yeah. But that's another story. You guys can always ask about that later. Um. Or if we run out of time and we want to add on to this later on, we could always go into that. You could always leave questions or comments on this if you guys find our page. We're more than willing to answer.
Yeah.
Um, but we are more or less trying to make a group of like-minded people that are willing to um, try to learn um, new things, reach out to people that want to learn how to play D&D, try new board games, um, video games, any of those kind of fun kind of games out there, such as PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. We have Pokemon Go, I believe, was the topic for next Monday, if I'm right, is
I
our next choice day for that. Is Pokemon. So I think that was our choice on next topic for next week on Monday. So I hope you guys tune in for that. If you are a Pokemon fan, I hope everybody in our group has some sort of topic of fandom for that. Um, if you guys have topics, we'd like to hear your choice. Um, Even on that front, it's going to have us trying to look at selling stuff in terms of we all have different hobbies that we have. I dabble in quite a few between some art, blacksmithing, uh, drawing, pretty much anything and everything. Uh, I know Caboose, he is definitely out there in terms of doing some stuff with his family business. We are all more than welcome to reach out to each other, and we are all willing to help people learn something new. If you want to learn something, we want to be here for you guys. So, by all means, ask us. We are going to try to help people learn how to cook some stuff.
yeah.
So, if you want to learn how to cook, we will do some cooking. Um, I know I have a couple of D&D and other fantasy kind of cookbooks, and so does Caboose. So I hope you guys join us for some of our cooking experience. Not just cooking, but we also have some drink recipes that we're looking forward to. And apparently, when I tried recording it yesterday, this little flask is going to get a nice little engraving. And I know some of our language protocol might be pushing our limits, but we're going to make our own custom drink that has not been made before. Piss. Anybody that has played D&D has probably heard of it or has ever thought of it. We are going to make a specialty drink called Piss, and we are going to make a wonderful little cover. Never know, somebody might ever get a chance to win some, or you might be able to get your own recipe, or might even get a nice little flask with a special engraving from us. So you guys could always come up with that. We're also going to have a couple of little fundraiser things that we would like to try to do. If you haven't noticed, my beard is multicolored. It is currently pink, bleeding down into a purple. It is being voted on, and we are going to try to raise some money for some um,
Charitable
charitable
causes.
events.
Yeah.
We are local in Greenville, North Carolina. I don't know how people choose to watch. We are all local, and we have a wonderful children's hospital here in town, and
Um,
we definitely feel like we would love to see a bunch of smiling kids' faces around Christmas time. So we would like to try and raise some money for them. That would be a wonderful choice, whether it be trying to change the color of my beard based off of your guys' donations to pick a color or voting on the colors. Um, we will come up with a way to donate and other sources later on. So keep an eye out for that.
another thing,
Uh,
I apologize. Another thing that
Go for it. Go for it.
I just want to set the record straight, especially for us. Um, we take our online presence very seriously. I know that there are a lot of groups that will curse and call each other names, and this, especially on our streams, if we see you do that, it will not be tolerated. Um, we have a few members in our community, and I'm not naming any names because no one should be outed. Who are sensitive, and we want to maintain that presence, that it's okay to or have a different opinion or have a different view set, but we shouldn't be attacking anybody for their opinions, obviously, because a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, especially on the podcast, are just our opinions or something that we're very passionate about. And um, before I even met Matt, I was a very close-minded individual because I thought that, for instance, Matt got me into Magic the Gathering. Now I've heard of Magic the Gathering when I was in Boy Scouts back in the early days, back in when Alpha was still around, and I thought, oh, it was a silly game that uber nerds play. But when he actually sat down
Look
with
at us
me,
now.
yeah, as soon as he sat down with me and showed me how to play and showed me how cool the game was and how cool the lore was, it's a really cool game. And he's also got me into Dungeons and Dragons, which is one of our
That's
hobbies.
Warhammer.
A Warhammer, not as much as 40K, but a lot of the fantasy. Um, he's got me into a lot of things, and I really think that I owe a lot to him. And he's taken me under his wing and showed me a lot about. And this is what we want to show: is we can teach anybody how to play, or I want them to feel like they have a safe space to embrace their inner nerd, or to talk to people about, oh well, I think this, and we can say, oh yeah, that wouldn't that be cool, or and all that. But we as individuals, we found that to be very not. It's a very niche topic, and um, Matt and I have really we really talk about that in the privacy of our own friend groups, and we we want to express that over the internet or on YouTube or something like that where it's safe.
Don't ever feel afraid to, no matter what the topic is, if you ever need to talk to somebody, reach out to me. I don't care.
Yeah, reach out to
Any
any
which
of us.
way, any one of us, we are more than willing to sit down, listen to whatever you have to say. All of us in here are 100% here for you guys.
Yeah,
So whether
it's
it's you're being bullied or anything, we want you guys to be heard. We want to help you out in whatever way.
in any way
No,
that we can.
we might joke around about um, drugs and stuff like that. We will not ever see us with drugs.
Nope.
We do not do them.
No,
Sorry.
very rarely will
Note,
be.
I do vape, but it is a normal little juice system. No vape, like no thing there. I do smoke cigars. I smoke cigarettes. I've been a smoker for years. Um, do it of legal age. I'm
Please.
a bit older of legal age for that by now.
And
So
another thing is
same with
that
drinking.
and another thing I was about to mention that we may talk about drinking, but we are all especially because some people on the podcast or in our
Group
videos,
is of legal age
they are
to
all of
drink
legal age.
and
Yeah.
smoke of cigarettes or any of the alcoholic beverages. So please, if you do see us with any drink or cigarettes, note that we are of age.
Yeah.
I just
And
want to state that of beginnings.
there, especially when we are dealing with drinks, one member of our group is a has been certified to bartend, and they know the legal limits. Two of us have actually been. I forgot that. Weren't you also certified as well? So me and him were certified for bartending.
Oh, Chloe,
Oh, Chloe. Oh,
that makes
three of
three.
us. Three of us are certified for bartending. Now we. The only reason why we're doing a podcast over Discord is because of COVID. Um,
Right.
but Matt and
So
I,
for right now, we are doing it via
Discord.
internet, um, well, Discord, video chats, however we have to as of right now. Um, most of the world will know we've all been around each other for
Yeah,
years. We know each other very long. Um, I have known Caboose for
good odd years.
probably since what, 2007?
Yeah, for a good almost
So
14 years.
yeah, quite a while.
Yeah.
I have known his fiance, soon to be wife. Um, I don't think she knows. I don't know.
Yeah, she does.
Sorry. Spoiler. No, joking. Joking. She knows. I don't know.
I
Sorry.
hope.
Yeah. All right. I hope she knows. We hope
Well,
she knows. Yeah. Right. If not, I hope she doesn't watch, and then no spoilers. Never know.
she might
Um.
be
No,
watching. I don't know.
right. I don't know. Spoilers. I see we have a viewer. I don't know.
No, that's you. That's you, bud.
That's me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
you.
viewing.
Well, it's because
How am
you're
I
on.
viewing my own stream?
No, because you're on the Twitch Studio Beta. It's considered a viewer.
Oh.
The person
Oh.
who's
Okay.
streaming it is considered a
I'm still
viewer.
learning this.
Yeah, he's still
I'm
learning.
old. I'm old. I'm learning.
Um,
Sorry. Gotta
so
deal with me.
I know that. Okay, so now we basically got the basics of what um Dragon's Breath Forge is, what we want to do, and let's talk a little bit about what we're planning on covering. So like Matt said, we're going to be doing cooking. We're going to be doing some. I do believe that we do have a D&D game scheduled. That we're going to work on a schedule for that. We are going to. I'm going to make a Dragon's Breath Forge Twitch community. So whenever we both, either me or Other Path or any of our affiliates, start streaming, it will be considered under the Dragon's Breath Forge, I air quotes, brand. Um, so I want to talk about what me personally, what I'm going to be doing for our community. So recently, I've gotten a lot into streaming. Um, I just recently bought a PlayStation 5, so I will be. I'm not touting. I got lucky. I waited up until about 3 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. I waited all night just to try to finally get one. But recently I've been playing Total War Warhammer 2. I have all the DLC, so cheers on that. We will be talking about movies. We will be talking about video games. We are still going to be doing the podcast hopefully every Monday. But changes will be done in case people work. We have to schedule around that.
Casts, video, chats, whatever, like this.
Yeah. Um, so I will be covering the streaming aspect, mainly just the video production area for live streaming. Matt will be covering more of the physical aspect, showing people how to do certain things, especially when it comes to like blacksmithing or cooking or all that kind of stuff. He has more talent in the kitchen and blacksmithing than I could ever imagine. I'm slowly learning.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Um, Another thing that we will do, obviously we covered in the beginning of this video that it's not only going to be us on the podcast. We have about 5 other people who will be joining us. Um, and they may come and go depending on how their schedule compares to that week. So if you really like one person, they might be in the next podcast. We are all adults and we all have schedules.
Now, with that, you do have Duroc, you have Baka, and you have Goblin
Chloe
or
or
Chloe.
Chloe, yeah.
Yeah, she goes by either one. Um, they are all awesome. You also have Tuesday, or is she
Yeah.
going by a different one?
I think that she's gonna be going on a different name. We don't know yet, but
We'll figure that
that's
out.
yeah. We'll figure that out. But we will during our podcast we will shout out the Dragon's Breath Forge Discord channel. We will be shouting out any kind of products that we decide to give away. We'll try to find out how to do that. Um, we're going to try to make this podcast into an actual official podcast so I can actually put it up on iTunes and Spotify. So people listen to podcasts on their way to work or whatever. We hope to just, especially in this day and
Take
age.
on Critical Role. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, good luck. Um, Matt Mercer is the boss. I'm not going to try to touch that. But we hope to just give you guys a little bit of entertainment. I know that 2020 really kicked all of our butts. It on a personal note, it kicked mine pretty bad. I think it really did a number on just how we view ourselves as humans. Um, I want to talk a little bit because as 2020 really started, I personally was affected for a medical condition. I underwent surgery, and I understand how it feels to be in isolation because I wasn't able to really leave because I couldn't move. And not that I was physically disabled, but it just hurt. And I know because a lot of people lost their jobs, that they're struggling to meet ends meet, and they're trying to find a way to supplement that with a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of joy. But we want to let you know that we are here for you. There's no reason to be ashamed. Everybody's trying to get it through their own way, and I think Matt can agree with me that it's been a hard year. COVID COVID-19 is it's almost been a year and it's been rough. But we want to let you know that we are going to be here for you. Um,
But
so off of that depressing note,
forget if you guys have a topic you would love to hear from us, tell
drop
us.
drop it into
We
Discord.
would love to hear it. Drop it in Discord. Leave it as a comment for us to check out at another time. Also, we're always here. We want to hear it.
Um,
That is
so
also a thing.
I do want to at least get this video to about 30 minutes. So
Oh
Matt,
yeah. Um.
so I want to talk about something, and it's been
All right.
um I don't know if you saw it because I dropped it in another Discord, but I know that you and you dropped Warhammer earlier. Um, I'm gonna talk about it because I'm so excited for it, and Tuesday's really getting on my she's sick and tired of me
I
talking
know
about
she's
it.
sick and tired of
She's
hearing
sick and tired of
Warhammer.
talking about it. But late last week, Creative Assembly launched the announcement trailer or it was the announcement cinematic trailer for World Total War Warhammer 3. And holy crap, is it metal? Because it's so metal. You have demons. We're finally gonna get the Chaos Gods. So Nurgle, Slanesh, Zench, Korn, Blood for the Blood God.
So real quick, if anybody has not the slightest clue what he's talking about, Warhammer is this futuristic, um,
Well, they have two s. They have
badass
two. They have
kind of world.
they do
It's
have two
taking
different.
old school meets futuristic, like Terminator versus swarms of rats versus orcs that sling rocks at you,
So
to alien swarms, to space marines meets like demons meets like full-fledged tanks meets
so
like
um so
all
uh,
sorts of stuff.
so they
There's tons of lore, and this man has been sitting up and reading book after book of lore. And all
yes.
he has been doing for like the entire time he has been down on his butt with his legs up when he has been injured, has been reading books on Warhammer.
Another thing is that
It has been hysterical. And I'm not
Warhammer.
even going to tell you how bad it is that I turned my head down and my glare on my forehead matched his glare. It was hysterical.
so
Sorry, we are not meant to bicker at each other and make jokes, but it's hysterical that you got the two bald guys.
yeah, to two bald guys making a
But
company
it's
and
funny. What we're doing is we're going to pull our hair down this way and
oh
we're
yeah,
just going to have the beards.
yeah. So
But we'll
under
get there.
so basically ta- separating what he just said, Warhammer has another uh he's talking about Warhammer 40K. Now 40K is cool, don't get me wrong. 40K is cool. But Warhammer Age of Sigmar or the Warhammer Fantasy that they're relaunching because of the popularity of the Total War games is so much cooler. When you have people wielding like I know that in 40K they call it psychers, but in fantasy they call it just straight up magic. Now when you have rat men, when you have lizard men, when you have the green tide of the orcs, when you have Grimgor Ironhide, the invincible orc who went to Archeon the Everchosen and it's like no, and then just cut off his head with his giant axe. And when Archeon the Everchosen is slain, that means Grimgor the best. Now, the reason why I'm really so excited is because of the announcement of Cathay. Now, because Cathay has never had actual models in the tabletop game, so they had to completely
No.
yeah,
Are
they
they
had
actually making them?
they're not making models, but they're making it in the game that they're going to have the
Oh,
models. Another one that they actually
I was
announced.
hoping they were going to make figures.
No, well, we don't know because with the relaunch of Age of Sigmar,
I
they
paint
might.
a ton of little miniatures, So that's why I was like super excited right there.
So another thing is they announced that one of the few human civilizations, excuse me, that will be at launch will be Kislev. If you don't know what Kislev is basically so every civilization in Total War, Warhammer, or Age of Sigmar is actually based off of certain continents and races of people on our world, Earth. So you have the Bretonnians, which are Arthurian legends of chivalry and knights of the Round Table, because their goddess is literally the Lady of the Lake. Um, you have the orcs, who are the stereotypical British orcs. You have the elves, who are
Why do they gotta be British?
big
Why
Tolkien.
can't they be Scottish?
No, Tolkien.
I know, I know.
Um, then you have Kislev, which is Russia, and their units they have actual cavalry that are riding polar bears, and that's their elite unit. And their armor looks like, and this is really interesting. It's based off of the Polish elite shock cavalry of the medieval ages called the Hussar. And the only reason why I know that is because I played I played Civilization 6. And because I am part Polish and I have studied up on history. Um so I'm really excited, but the most exciting thing is that we can actually play as the Chaos Gods. So I'm gonna be ready to play as Papa Nurgle. Uh, yeah. So Rot and Infestation and the Great Unclean One. Which, by the way, that figure is amazing. I want one, but I'm not paying like $80-$90 for a friggin' figure. No.
Odd. I'm just putting it out there. If any of our viewers buy him that, you will probably become his favorite person in the world.
Yeah, I
Hands
mean,
down. Hands down.
Nurgle just looks really cool. Nurgle's a really he's a really cool chaos god. Um so another thing that I'm really excited to talk about is Godzilla versus King Kong. I'm
All right, who's your vote? Who's your vote?
I'm Team Godzilla all the way, man.
Oh,
Original 1946 Godzilla was one of the best movies ever made.
I still think I could take him.
Godzilla? No. You can't beat a
I'm pretty sure
300.
I could take him.
Now the real question is in this upcoming movie. I know that all of our viewers have probably seen the trailer by now. So I'm wondering if it's actually going to be Mecha. I'm wondering if Mecha is going to show up and they're going to have to team up.
I'm going with I'm voting there's a team up.
That's what I'm thinking. And the reason
Because didn't
why,
they team up in the original?
no, they they literally just fought each other until Godzilla got beat. Godzilla was slain in the original 1962 Godzilla versus King Kong. So that's the and from what we've seen, and I've watched a little bit of an explanation about the trailer. It actually is setting up the entire MonsterVerse, the rest of Godzilla's Rogue Gallery. So we're gonna be seeing Destroya. We're gonna be seeing now. Destroya will kick Godzilla's butt. Um, he needed help for that one. Godzilla needed Jet Jaguar. So with that being said, um, Guillermo del Toro, who did Pacific Rim, one of the best mecha films in Hollywood, um, one of the sleeper films of the summer of 2014, I believe that's when it came out. Um, Pacific Rim was like one of my favorite movies. It had Idris Elba, man. That he can act, but he wants to team up with Toho, with
That's your
Toho
man crush, isn't
Entertainment.
it?
So I'm
That's your man
wondering,
crush. We know it.
say what?
That's your man crush, isn't it?
No, no, actually, it's not. We all
Yeah.
know who it is. Well, me, you know who it
Yeah,
is.
we do. We do. It's
Yeah.
me.
No, it's Deadpool.
I know.
Yeah, that's Ryan
Ronald
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
I love Deadpool. Deadpool is one of
I
my
know.
favorite comic book characters. Which I'm
I know.
actually I actually need to go to our local comic book shop and um order some comics because the Alien set is supposed to come out soon.
Right. Dude, why not just get them from Blue Ox?
That's what I
Oh,
was saying.
also, oh, I didn't know if you just. Well, call Harry. He'll just
Yeah,
put them
you
on
know
order.
what? You know what we can do is we could probably ask Carrie to team up with a stream one day.
Yeah, he'd probably be down for that.
Yeah, that would be
All right.
really good.
If you guys don't know us, in Greenville, North Carolina, there's a place called Blue Ox Games. They are awesome. If you are starting out in any type of game, whether it is Magic, D&D,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
40K, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, any of that, go to Blue Ox.
Yeah, they are amazing.
They're there for you. They are the place to learn any brand new game. They will teach you. Every one of their employees are there for you to learn a brand new game. They will sit with you. All of the people that go there are awesome.
Yeah,
Every one of the people will sit down and they do not treat anybody like they don't belong.
no,
So
they
if you go with your kids and your kids want to learn something new, like parents that have young kids that want to learn how to play Pokemon, by all means, you can go. The other people that are there playing Pokemon will sit down with them and be like, yo, here, this is how they do it. No problem. I know I've gone multiple times of like, hey, this kid's like, oh, hey, can I play? And they don't even have a deck. And it's like, sure, sit. Here's my cards. And I've played versus their sister. And I'm pretty sure Caboose has given
yep.
him their cards and they played versus their sister using our decks. And next thing you see is they walked right over to the counter and their mom went and bought a dual deck where it
For
was
them.
two decks where they were able to play versus each other. And the best part was we started two new players where they got to learn, and it was a great experience for the kids. They're family oriented, and it's a great place to learn something new. They
Yeah,
also do a game night, which is not just cards, they
board
do
games.
board games, they do card games. They are family oriented. They have comic books, they have figurines, they have board games, they have tabletop games, they have all of it. They're an awesome place to check out. Blue Ox Games. Check them out.
Yeah, Blue Ox Games. Actually, that's where Matt and I really, actually, really started to hang out. Um,
Well, play a lot of our games.
yeah.
And
For
you might even be able to check us out every now and then.
yeah, we might
If
be there whenever
yeah,
this thing starts to slow down and go away.
yeah, they're a little limited on who they let in at the moment with tournaments and stuff because of COVID, but you do have to wear a mask when entering and leaving, so please be mindful of that.
Yeah,
So please, if you do go, wear a mask, just like anywhere else.
yeah.
Come on.
Come on, be
It's
safe.
common sense now.
Be safe.
Wear a mask.
It's not just about you, folks. Okay. So Matt, is there anything else that you want to talk about real quick?
Yeah. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, how we came up with Dragon's Breath Forged. The reason we got Dragon's Breath Forged is pretty self-explanatory. Dragon's Breath is pretty much, if you haven't noticed, most of this chat or any of this viewing, smoke has been coming out of my mouth, nose, all around my head. I look like a dragon. One, we're talk about fantasy a lot. Not that we're in a fantasy world. We live in the real world, just like you. But we love to bring the fantasy to us. And with that, the best way to describe fantasy to anybody is a dragon.
I think everybody knows what a dragon is.
Yeah. Next, a forge is not just blacksmithing. The original forges were used for all types of crafts. You can go there for anything, any type of craft you were thinking of, whether it was a type of artwork down to an actual woodworking or something smithed. And that could have been from wood to metal. And that's something we're looking at trying to bring to you guys. So, from that, Dragon's Breath Forge is how we got the name.
Um,
And of course, we want to have some fun, so let's bring your little breath of life to
yeah.
us.
And I know what a lot of people are thinking. Well, food isn't technically on a forge. Well, that can be
You
argued.
can cook in one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah, you can cook on something that or a stove or a fireplace, and that's considered a forge, at least in my mind, because a forge is something where anything is made. I
Well,
mean,
picture adventurers need to eat.
yep.
And with that, we will have one of those days where we are going to have all of us try the Adventurers Exercise Challenge. I posted it once before in our D&D group, and I don't know if anybody has actually done it other than myself. Um, I don't know if Cabooses remembered it.
I haven't, but my
It
reception
is a
on
little bit brutal,
my
but it's
reception
fun.
my reception on Discord's kind of spotty sometimes. But just a little background. Actually, before what was it, October? I think I called you in October about it. I actually left my job. Um, just the stress and everything got to me.
Yeah,
So I think it was in October, and I left my job. So um, I'm more active on uh, Discord and all that now. So
yeah,
before then, I worked 12-hour shifts, so I wasn't able to
yeah.
really keep up with it. Which I'm not trying to make excuses. Obviously,
No,
there's more than enough time in the day to exercise and all that. So, but what I was doing was very high stress. I was diecast, which basically what I did was I worked with hot metal 90% of the day, and I would come home. I was just so beat, and I would just flop over and just go to sleep, and then wake up 8 hours
do
later
it
and
all over again.
do it all over again. Now, um,
Those
now
days.
another thing that I'd like to hit on, obvious, or excuse me, not to hit on, but to reiterate, um, Matt and I are obviously really good friends. Um, all the people that we include on the podcast are good friends, or that we're people we're starting to get to know, because there's Bacchus or Chloe. I've met Bacchus once, I think, IRL.
Yeah, I think you've
Uh,
met him like once or twice. Yeah,
yeah, but Chloe I've never met before. But
yeah,
every if they're friends with Matt, they're friends with me. Matt's not going to introduce me to somebody that I know is mean or hurtful. Um, we're not going to do that to each other. So
right.
everybody is welcome, um, just as long as they're cool, um, or they like the same thing, or not even like the same things that we like. You know, we can talk to each
No hate
other.
speech.
Yeah, we can talk to each other in a respectful manner.
No hate speech. No, me and we could joke with each other. We know our limitations with each other, and we know when we have to apologize if we
Yeah,
said something above our lines.
yeah, and we'll call you out on it too. And we'll
Like,
call
no,
you
we both know that we're a little bit
balding.
barren on top.
Yeah, and the sad part is
We,
I'm still young. The sad part is I'm still younger than you, and I'm already getting to it.
I know.
But yeah, so currently our podcast dates. So we're just gonna wrap it up here. This is just a short
All right.
stream telling you about what to expect. And we hope that you join us through this ride. We do
Oh yeah.
have the YouTube channel Dragon's Breath Forge that I will be managing, and I think Matt will pop in every once in a while to help run that or give suggestions.
Oh
Um,
yes. Don't forget to also look forward to a website coming up for Dragon's Breath Forge, along with a what you said, YouTube channel,
YouTube channel, Discord.
Twitch,
Uh,
Discord,
I'm gonna be making
and
a Twitch community, not just a
oh,
Twitch channel.
there we go. He knows more about the tech stuff than I do.
Well, at
I'm not
least for
even gonna
Twitch,
lie about that.
at least for Twitch.
I'm not even
I
gonna
think
lie
you can
about
still
that.
do. I think you can still do that. So
They're
Twitch,
gonna teach me.
YouTube, Twitch, YouTube. Look
Twitch,
for
YouTube, podcast,
yeah. Hopefully soon.
website.
I gotta download all that stuff.
We might get you guys somehow.
But
Maybe Facebook. Maybe
yeah, I'm
Facebook.
gonna create a
We,
page
we should
for.
try a Facebook page.
I'm gonna
We
create
can
a
get there.
Facebook page, and I'm also gonna try to see if I can maybe launch the Twitch Studio beta to do Facebook Live as well. I'm gonna see about that. If I have to do OBS, I'll do that. But um, so anyway, from us here at Dragon's Breath Forge, stay frosty
Keep adventuring. Have some fun.
and don't get burned.